Another question that I have is we kind of talked about it. Like I know you mentioned about like the waterfall that you saw in the Philippines, but like besides that one, like have you ever been on like hikes that led you to like this really amazing view of something? And if so, would you mind sharing with me some of those like amazing views that you've seen during some of your hikes?
Yeah. In every hike, that's what I'm really apt to. So it's like the scenery, the things that I can see during the hike. So it's like uh yeah, I think most of the places that I've tried to go hiking, I think all of them are very good. Like here in New Mexico, although here in New Mexico, it's like a different, it's like a bit different from the East Coast because uh this is it's like a full of Rocky Mountains. Like in Arizona, it's like connected to Arizona, but it's like full of Rocky Mountains too. It's like the same thing, some part, but small Rocky Mountains, like in the Grand Canyon, same thing as that. So yeah, that one good thing. And here in my place, we used to have hiking in it's like a volcano trail. We call it um Bandera Mountain. So it's like I saw a lot of when you go here in my place, if you try to go to I-40 and try to drive like 30 minutes from here, you will see a lot of lava rocks, big lava rocks. So yeah, when I look at the history of the place here, it's like that was during the eruption of the Mount Taylor here and the Bandera Mountain, the volcano, I mean. So it's like it flows from that volcano, and I don't know, it's a tons of lava rock. So it's like when I look at the map with my friend, it's like the adventurous friend that I have now. It's like he wanted me to look for the map and look for the geography of it. It's like a tiny volcano in the map, like the lava that coming from it like covered. It's like three no one fourth three-fourths of our place here. So every time that you go anywhere in here, there's a lot of lava rocks that you can see, and there's a lot of it's like the one that I told you, the it's like in Arizona, the Grand Canyon rocks like that, the mountain rocks like that. So we have a lot here too. It's like a brownish, reddish mountain rocks in here. Yeah, we have that. It's weird because that's the first time that I saw in here. It's like, what? Oh, maybe this is really a land of enchantment state because a lot of enchantment happening. You know what I mean? And then yeah, because there's a lot of lava rocks, big lava rocks, and yeah, it's a beautiful one. And what is like struck me most during my hike, if I saw some stream, there's a water, because there's still a lot of it's like living things in there. Like I'm fond of watching them swimming, like crawfish in there. It's a weird thing, but I'm having fun of looking at the nature. you know I appreciate it. It's like I can't believe how God created these things. You know what I mean? It's like I always God always shocked me. It's like always struck me with these beautiful things around us. There in East Coast, we used to have not really hiking. It's like just walking, just a couple miles, and it's like a greener environment. It's like in the Philippines, we have that. It's like a Philippine vibes, but here it's different. It's like rocky vibes, like full of rocks, but beautiful rocks. It's like mountainous, mountainous rocks, reddish green, brownish rocks. It's good. And it amazes me always. Like I've always wondered, oh, how did it and how this environment, I always it always struck me and it always amazes me with this beautiful thing or beautiful things around us. Yeah. The lava rock, that's the first thing that I've, in the Bandera volcano that we walked to here. Everything you see, even on the floor that you're walking, is made out of lava. It's
Wow.
so it's like that's I think that's the most precious, and we got to go and with that love. It's weird because during that lava thing, there's an ice cave. Yeah, and I don't know how that happened. And that ice cave, when we go inside it. It's like from the top, you have to use the ladder. It's like the stair going down, and it is full of ice, and it's so cold.
Hmm.
It's summertime, but I don't know the temperature. It's weird. I don't know. I can't really explain it too, but you know, from that lava rock, trail, and then there's one ice cave in there. It's so weird. It's so good.
Wow, that's really amazing to hear that like that they even have something like that where it's like complete opposite. You think a volcano being really hot, but then like not too far from that is ice
Yeah.
cave. It's like what? Like that's so mind blowing. That's definitely something new that I've learned. I never knew that they had ice caves over there in that area because when you think of like the West, you think of hot, you think of dry land. You don't really see much grass going on over there. You just think of desert and, like I said, volcano, like
Mm-hmm.
lava and like stuff like that. So I said that definitely blows my mind, and I think that's amazing to hear. And like I said, definitely a lot of my fun
Mm-hmm.
and amazing adventures as far as like amazing views. A good bit of it was in the Southwest. Like I love the Southwest. It's really hot there, but at the same time, it's probably some of the most beautiful parts of like the US. And
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite, like if I had a top two, like as far as like in the Southwest of like two different parks that I went to that were really amazing. The first one is in Utah. It's Zion National Park, and it's like southern Utah, and
Yeah.
it was only a mile hike, but it was still like I said, I consider it a hike because it was a mile. So
Uh,
so I ended up doing that one, and it wasn't too hard. And I ended up seeing this really amazing view of like just the mountains there. Like you said, a lot of red, and like I said, just really beautiful to see. So like I said, that's definitely one. And then like another one that I enjoyed seeing was let's see, it was in Colorado Springs. Garden of the Gods is really beautiful as well. I also did some hiking there when I was in Colorado, and just it was really hot, but it was definitely very like just beautiful just seeing all of that because that's definitely not something that I see over here in the southeast here in Alabama. All we have mainly is a lot of greenery and a lot of just grass and there's
yeah.
hills, but I said it's just you definitely don't see huge mountains and just huge like formations and lots of that kind of red looking mountains and stuff like that. So like as far as hiking, definitely have seen other amazing things. I just didn't hike there. Like as far as like Grand Canyon, like I've been to Grand Canyon before, but it was like we drove kind of right up to it. And same with it's not in the Southwest, but they're in South Dakota. There's Badlands National Park, and that was really beautiful to see. We drove up to that, so listen, that was really amazing. But as far as the hiking, if I had to like choose like a top two like amazing things that I've seen is definitely there is Zion and also at Garden of the Gods, and then there all are also like the Hollywood sign. When I went to
Mhm.
California, I did like a 2 mile hike to the Hollywood sign, and that was challenging. But I did go in January, so the weather wasn't too hot, and it was nice. And let's see. There was a couple more I was going to mention. Oh, in Ireland, I went to this island. It was called Arran Island, and went there and did a really nice hike and got to, by the time you got to the top, there was like a fortress kind of thing there. Went in there and just seeing like the Atlantic Ocean. Like I've never seen the Atlantic Ocean in person until here a few months ago when I went to Ireland. So that was amazing to see, and just seeing the water just hitting the cliffs and like the shore, like so that's just always beautiful to see. And there's and even here in Alabama, if I had to say one thing in Alabama that I enjoyed was is there was this cave that's in northern Alabama, it's near Tennessee. It's called Stevens Gap. So it didn't take long to get there. Maybe only took a mile or so to get there, and it was pretty easy hike to get there. There was no hills really. It was just more of rocks and making sure you don't fall in the water. But it was pretty flat for the most part. And by the time we got to the cave, and so I got to go inside the cave, and there's like a big opening at the top of the cave, and it's like you can see the sun shining through it, and it was really beautiful to see. So, like if I had to throw in something from Alabama, that's definitely something that I definitely enjoyed seeing and I loved very much.
Cool. Like, yeah, it's caves are sometimes very good because they have amazing formations too, like the stalagmite and stalagmite. Their formations, and there are some good histories in the caves too. Like here, the one that I told, the ice caves. Oh my God, it's like, oh my God, nostalgic because I never expected that there's an ice. It's like, is there real? The first time I heard it, it's like, are you joking? Ice cave? Is there really an ice in there? Like, I can't believe. But when I get there, oh, it's so cold. And I saw there's what, it's like ice. It's like ice on the cave. So it's like there's no water. It's like it used to be water, I think so. And then it became an ice because of the temperature. It's a low, very low temperature. You can feel the cold breeze when you're going down on that cave. It's cool. It's a lava and then cave. I don't know.
And it was just crazy to think that there is such a thing as that where they're like so close together. I think it kind of reminds me, not that I've ever been, but I've heard that like Iceland, like the country Iceland is kind of like that, where it's like a mixture of ice and fire. Like they have different things to offer like that. So whenever I think of you mentioning that, I think of like Iceland, just thinking like it's crazy to think that there's something like that here, even in America. Like that's amazing. Unless it's definitely something new that I've learned, and so I definitely got to look this up because like I said, I think that would be amazing just to see, even in Google Images. Even though it'd be much more amazing to see it in person for sure.
For sure. That's one thing that I'm looking up to here in America because there's a lot of still beautiful places that we really ought to see. And as what I'm telling all my students in since I'm an art teacher here, so I'm telling them that there's a lot of beautiful God masterpieces that you deserve to see. So I'm encouraging them, beautiful places. I integrated all my lessons with the environment that I've been through in Dubai, the infrastructures there, and the things that we have here in America, like that. It's like, yeah, I want my students to experience because they deserve it, you know, to see the beauty of the world. You know what I mean? And that's
Hmm.
what I learned when I go hiking and see. It's like exquisite uh, views. So it's like very, very good to see, and they deserve that too. every human being deserves to see that. You know what I mean? Yeah, because it's very inspiration.